Surprise, motherfuckers! How you doing? It's Dr. Cool up here, and I've got a video for you guys. We've had a full reset. We have had a full reset. So I wanted to take the time to run through some of the guns that I found that pretty fun to use. I'm going to go through my second stringers here really quick. But I also have some other vaulted guns that are pretty nice, that I like, that I've held on to. Some have gotten the full test, some haven't. But I just wanted to take the time out of my day to show you guys some of the weapon rules for all the people that like this kind of stuff. So I have a really nice Ether Doctor. I really like it. It's got Ricochet Round, Zen Moment, and Rampage. This one's a sweet little sex kitten right here. It does some dirty things. It's very good, very consistent. It's got good perks, got good masterwork, got good munitions. It's got a good sight. This is pretty close to a god roll. Excuse me, I had something in my throat there. It's pretty close to a god roll as far as this type of auto rifle is concerned. Moving on, go figure. This is not a god roll, but it's pretty good. I use this to get double kills for the broadsword quest because it's a double kill machine. It's really reliable. If it had outlaw instead of moving target, this would definitely be a god roll, but it doesn't. But moving target isn't terrible because you do get a little bit of like strafe speed stuff going for you while you're in a pulse rifle, and that's not generally a bad thing. So moving target, while it's not outlaw, is still a consistency gain. This is probably the best Duke roll I've gotten so far as lethality is concerned. It's got good perks, good masterwork. The masterwork's in reload, which is good. Triple tap, flared magwell, kill clip, and then a plethora of sights to choose from. So this is probably the best Duke that I've gotten so far. I'm still waiting for that outlaw kill clip one, but c'est la vie, c'est la vie. I've got some pretty good Eyesteins. This Eyestein is actually not too bad. Outlaw high impact, and then the other one has kill clip and ricochet rounds that I don't highlight, but it does have ricochet rounds, so that one's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see here. What else do we have? Thin line, that seems pretty decent. There's the other one. So this one has auto-loading holster. Auto-loading holster is pretty good because this is a 110 that falls into the secondary. So this is a good backup for a bow, is kind of what I'm saving this one for. Rampage, auto-loading holster, and then ricochet rounds. That I haven't really tested out yet, but as far as perks go, it seems decent for a backup weapon for using a bow. Retold tail, this is just a shotgun. This is not a god roll by any means whatsoever, but it is decent-ish. It's not a god roll at all. I deleted the other main ingredient that I had that had snapshot and rangefinder just because I don't think main ingredient's very good right now. I'm getting really good rolls for these lightweights, which is really funny because I like the lightweight sidearms, but this one I don't like, of all things. It's crazy. I used to love, spoiler alert, there's my backup plan, a Rental FR4, that thing's fucking monster. But yeah, I used to like the lightweight sidearms, but I don't like the Anonymous Autumn, or whatever it's called. It just doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't have the right sound coefficient to it. Because, spoiler alert, used to just... It has that pop, 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 pop noise. And that one doesn't have it. So this is my better Devils. It's a pretty good Devils. Kill clip, triple tap. I also have drop mag and flared magwell, but it's masterworked into reload. So while it doesn't have outlaw, triple tap's not terrible. And since it does have flared magwell and a reload masterwork, I don't really have the downside of losing ammunition from the drop mag perk. So I do use this as a switch pick weapon. It's pretty consistent. I have it with the target adjusting modifier because, well, it makes the weapon more consistent. And the more consistent you can make your weapon, the better your weapon is going to be. So that's basically why I'm doing that. Pretty straightforward there. The bow, that's the bow you get from Petra. It's a nice bow. I like it. This Go figure is not a god roll by any means, but I'm waiting for a counterbalance mod to show up at Banshee. And then when the counterbalance mod shows up at Banshee, I'm pretty set on this one staying in my inventory for at least a while. Outlaw and Full Auto Trigger. Full Auto Trigger, it's just kind of like a quality of life Go figure. It doesn't have the lethality perks to it, but with the counterbalance, I think its stability is going to shoot through the roof. I would prefer it to have had ricochet rounds, so I am on the lookout for that, but this is the one that I used for the headshot version of the broadsword quest because it has outlaw, so I could count how many headshots I was getting in a game. This is my Tiger Spite. This thing is actually really good. Tap the trigger, alloy magazine, appended mag, hammer forged rifling, full bore, and kill clip. So it's like the best of both worlds between Uriel's Gift and Positive Outlook, and then it's also got a stability masterwork. So it's pretty reliable. I don't really have any problems with this one. I use it in Gambit quite a bit. I use it in other things too. Campaign, whatever. All that kind of jazz. This is the Duke that I use in PvP because it's just much more consistent. Again, I have a target adjusting mod in it. It's got rapid hit, ricochet rounds, and moving target. It's not a lethality based Duke, but if you look at the stats, its stats are pretty much all over the place in all the good zones. So moving target is good on hand cannons. I don't have any problem with that. Ricochet rounds smooths out some edges with stability, and then triple tap or rapid hits gives it a nice little boost to stability in its reload, and that Duke is actually pretty reliable. So I do like that Duke. Now we'll talk about my Antiope. This thing is a shredder. It doesn't have ricochet rounds, it has high cal rounds, but I'm using the freehand grip on this. It has a stability masterwork, SC Hollow, high cal rounds, Zen Moment, and kill clip. Not much to say beyond that. It's about as good as a roll as you can get, unless you prefer ricochet rounds, but that's a very solid roll. So Twilight Oath, this was gifted to me by the Queen. I love this gun. Not much to say there. This is the only Waking Vigil that I've managed to get, and it's an interesting one. It's not a god roll for lethality again, but it does have Dragonfly and Hipfire Grip, which is pretty decent, and ricochet rounds. Now, I'm going to try and get a counterbalance mod into this one, and it's masterworked in a reload, which is pretty interesting. So I can get some pretty high stats all the way across the board, and having a Hipfire Grip is actually not that terrible, and Dragonfly kind of acts as a lethality perk if people are clustered up, especially with the faster TTK environment. So this is an interesting roll. I am going to hold on to that one. Distant Relation, this is what I use in Gambit if I'm not on a sniper rifle and I'm doing a lot of invading. Now if you look at the perks, you'll think, well, this is a stupid gun. And it doesn't, again, have any masterworks, or it doesn't have any lethality perks, but it has a ridiculous amount of stability, a good range, and I can get up to almost 30 bullets in the magazine for the Scout. So I can fill up my magazine, just pop in ads, go deposit, teleport over, and then I've got 30 bullets to 4-tap people without having to reload while I'm on the invade. And it shoots on a rail. I don't have it fully masterworked yet, still working on it, but I have this gun built around the whole having a lot of bullets available, and it's a very good gun. I like it. It's very reliable. Trust, again, not a god roll. I don't have too many god rolls, to be honest, but it's pretty decent. Opening shot, Zen Moment, Flared Magwell, and extended barrel or full bore. Pretty good. And then it's also got a masterwork in stability, and I'm using a targeting adjusting mod there as well, just to improve its consistency. And it's a pretty decent trust. I don't have any problems with that. Badlander, I just recently replaced this Badlander because I got a better one in the raid last night, which had full choke and accurized rounds. Or no, it has full choke and I can't remember, but it has the same perk set, but it also has rifled barrel, and I think it has accurized rounds. So I scrap this current iteration, but I got a better roll that is the same perk set, which is really good. Yeah. So my video cut out there for a second. My bad. Anyways, this is a Bad Omens that I have. It's a good, reliable weapon. You know, quick draw, auto-loading holster. Can't really go wrong there. I don't really use rockets a lot at all. But I did hold on to it just because auto-loading holster is a perk that I like to have on a rocket launcher. And quick draw is also a perk that I like to have on rocket launchers. And that's fine. You know, like there's not much to talk about for rocket launchers. They have and do stuff. What was I doing here? I was talking about the shotgun, and again, I got a better roll. This one's actually a pretty interesting rocket launcher. Not too much to talk about. Genesis kill clip, alloy casing, and then some other munition stuff. But the thing is that Genesis overrides kill clip, I think, for the most part. So you have to fire your rocket and then reload, and then make sure that you hit an ad, and then you can reload cancel it, I guess. I don't know. That rocket's really tricky. But anyways, those are some of my guns. I hope you liked the video, and sorry for the cutout.